Hi, welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, attack on a prison by Fano fighters is being confirmed. One of the most secure prisons in the Amhara region has been attacked by Fano fighters. This is second attack by Fano fighters on this prison. A few weeks ago, they attacked the prison, released hundreds of people. Again, it happened reportedly. Secondly, since yesterday, we have been hearing reports about a member of parliament of Ethiopia that he has fled Ethiopia. Who is he? Why did he flee Ethiopia? Thirdly, Eritrean opposition Brigade Nhamedu members are actively participating in humanitarian activities to support the people of Israel. Details for you and some video clip. Question is Brigade Nhamedu raising funds for Palestinians too? Or Brigade Nhamedu has taken a position in support of Israel? Firstly, viewers, let's start from a new story about Fano's attack on a prison. Fano has been carrying out attacks on police stations. We have seen that. But attack on a prison definitely needs more manpower. Prisons are well guarded. Big prisons in Amhara region, they are heavily guarded. Hundreds of security officials are deployed to secure these prisons. Police stations obviously are not as secure as prisons because police stations don't have this much security presence. We have seen several attacks on police stations so far, but obviously number of attacks on prisons smaller when it comes to comparing attacks on police stations and prisons. And if you see attacks on prisons, it means that the attackers are in a strong position. They have the required manpower to attack a facility, a big facility. Now, attack on a prison in the regional capital is being confirmed. Bahir is Amhara regional capital. A few weeks ago, more than around 2 months ago, when Fano fighters entered all big cities of the Amhara region, they entered Bahir too. If you remember back then, Fano fighters stormed Sabatamit prison, which is in Bahir and they released hundreds of inmates. And the government did not share details. Who were the released people? Fano sympathizers, Fano comrades, criminals, which type of criminals, in which crimes were they involved, no details. But government officials did confirm that Fano attacked Sabatamit prison. Later we saw that Fano fighters retreated from big cities of the Amhara region. They retreated from Bahir though Bahir never came under their full control. But they kept on attacking Bahir. We saw small-scale attacks in Bahir by Fano fighters. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I did two videos. I told you about tension in and around Bahir. I told you about house-to-house searches being carried out in Bahir. I told you about fighting in the outskirts of Bahir. Second attack on the same prison by Fano fighters around 24 to 48 hours ago. It's difficult to get exact time frame. What happened is that in the outskirts of Bahir there has been heavy fighting in the last 2 to 3 days. Bahir to Adat road especially has been seeing intense fighting. We received reports about intense clashes in Adat, in other parts of the Amhara region too, in East Gurjam, West Gurjam. Yesterday there were heavy clashes to the south of Bahir city. Military had to retreat from some towns in Gurjam Fano fighters went after military and they carried out the attack on Sabatamit prison. Sabatamit prison is not in the heart of Bahirdar. It's in the outskirts of Bahirdar, you can say. I think it is situated along the main road or close to the main road, Adit to Bahirdar road. Though prison is one of the most secure prisons because high profile prisoners are kept here, but still Fano fighters managed to storm the prison. How many prisoners were released? It's not clear. Some say a few were released. Others are not confirming any release. Attack is being confirmed. Government silent. Government does not confirm attacks on prisons because that shows the strength of government security forces. That government security forces are not prepared. They are not effective in countering Fano's attacks. But according to our sources, attack on some of the prison happened, but I'm not sure about how many prisoners were freed. Now, this development shows that regional capital is not secure. A prison regional capital is not secure. It means any place in the region can be hit. Gondar was hit. Azizo camp was hit after Fano fighters entered Gondar a few days ago. They retreated. Then Azizo camp was hit. Near Azizo camp, a convoy of Amhara police was hit. Near Gondar, we saw fighting, Maksanat, etc., Infrastructure. Bahirdar. Around Bahirdar fighting, in Bahirdar attacks by Fano fighters. This is the overall situation, security situation in the Amhara region. Secondly, viewers, it is being reported by some Amharic news sources, pro-Fano, that a member of parliament of the House of Representatives has fled Ethiopia. We are waiting for confirmation from the man himself. Is he in Ethiopia? Has he fled Ethiopia? Why did he leave Ethiopia? But since yesterday, it is being reported. So we are sharing it with you, but we could not reach the man. Who is he? Asamahine Asres is a member of parliament, member of House of People's Representatives. He is one of those MPs, I think, who were close to PM Abiy. He has fled Ethiopia, it is being reported. Why did he flee Ethiopia? Well, it is being reported that Asamahene Asris fled Ethiopia because he does not support the military operation. He does not support the establishment of command posts in the Amhara region. And he is one of those MPs who absented themselves from House of Representatives session when the House met to ratify state of emergency proclamation, which happened more than a month ago. Around 2 months ago, state of emergency proclamation was passed. It was passed at the House of Representatives session. Some members of parliament opposed the proclamation. Gaido Nergacho delivered a speech at the parliament opposing the state of emergency proclamation, and people like Asamahine Asris absented themselves from this session. They did not attend the session, but majority supported the proclamation and the proclamation was approved. If Asamahine's departure from Ethiopia is confirmed, obviously it would tarnish Ethiopian government's image because he is member of parliament. And he'll speak on international forums. He'll tell the world what is happening in Ethiopia. And he will be heard. People will listen to him. People will pay attention to him. Why? Because he is a member of parliament, not an activist, not a journalist, not an ordinary man. He was part of the government. Let's see. We're waiting for confirmation from the horse's mouth. Will Asamahene Asris confirm his departure? That remains to be seen. We'll try to update in coming videos. Last viewers, Eritrean opposition front Brigade Nhamedu is actively participating in humanitarian activities to collect supplies, money, etc. for the people of Israel who have been affected due to the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine. Before that, I am covering this conflict, Israel-Palestine conflict, on my other YouTube channel, Conflict News 2042. Conflict News, no space between conflict and news. Conflict News, then space 2042. If you write that, you will see the, you can reach the channel. There I am doing 2 to 3 videos a day, because the conflict in the Middle East has the potential of turning into a global conflict. Gradually we are seeing Lebanon, Syria, Iran drawn into the conflict. US strike carrier group, a group of ships, a group of warships has also arrived close to Israel and Gaza coast. Humanitarian catastrophe there in Gaza. Several issues which I am covering on this channel, so you can watch the updates on Conflict News 2042. Brigade Nhamedu members are actively participating in activities in Israel to support the people of Israel displaced and affected due to the war between Israel and Palestinian groups. Several videos are being shared showing Brigade Nhamedu members wearing blue shirts supporting these operations. Brigade Nhamedu has taken a position now. Yesterday we heard from Brigade Nhamedu Israel, former Bright Future movement leader, who also spoke in support of Israeli people. No word from Brigade Nhamedu for Palestinians. Is Brigade Nhamedu collecting funds for Palestinians too? Because humanitarian needs are on both sides. Perhaps people in Gaza need more support. Neutrally, if you analyze the conflict, people of Gaza have been under siege for more than a decade. And now when Gaza is being bombarded, it means that they are more in need of humanitarian aid. UN has no access to Gaza. Yes, Brigade Nhamedu members should support Israelis affected by a war, but if they are fighting for justice, for democracy, for fundamental rights in Eritrea, obviously they should speak for Palestinians too, and they should raise funds for Palestinians too. It does not mean that they would be supporting Palestinians in the war. They are only participating in humanitarian operations, but their support for Palestinians affected by the war is missing. So can we say that Brigade Nhamedu has taken a position in support of Israel? The groups in Israel actually are facing a trial there, and Eritreans could be deported after we saw violence in Tel Aviv more than a month ago between Eritrean groups, in which more than 200 were injured. So Eritreans in Israel, they want to prove that they feel for Israelis, that they are with Israelis in this time of crisis. That is why they are supporting Israeli humanitarian operations. And they don't want to be obviously deported from Israel. But having said that, yes, I think they should raise funds, collect supplies, humanitarian aid for Palestinians too. All should do, I think. When we cover conflicts, we try to analyze the conflicts neutrally. If people are dying, they're dying on both sides. If someone is responsible, the people responsible should be pointed out. When it comes to humanitarian needs, humanitarian operations, both sides should be given equal attention.
ዝትሪዎ ዘለኹም ነቶም ትማሊ ዝተጎዱ ህፃውንትን ዓበይትን ንዓቶም ዝኽሪ ዝግበር ዘሎ እዩ ብኣባላት ብርጌድ ንሓመዱ እስራኤል። ስለዚ ነዚ ይመስል نايلوم معنتي وقد سلطنا سرحنا أمونغو سرحنا تطوابلنا زي نجار زي نقبر لنا مالتي نحاد دقيق نحلنا تصلوت نقول لهم عاديركم بستري وزلهم نايلوم معنتي أولاد برجين نعمدو شفر بتاكتيفان شفر تل أبيبينيوم كم سري وزلهم عبوس منفس جس الأولاد رئيس أو نسرح إذا مالي زلهم زي مثل نايلوم من فوق سرحنا حساب مشهد مالتي بيركب عن سب تحاوش كيسر عزلهم إسرائيلويان ومولهم مالتي